firing up my DAW, cause reasons. I guess the first reason would be kind of thinking. Well, first thing is, I suppose, we'll just put this in C minor for now. I mean, kind of doesn't even really matter that much. But we do have to reset parts. If I even use the vector. I don't know. Sometimes they do these generative things and we don't even need it. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. You can kind of see reason lurking. Hi, I'm lurking. Why did you just minimize everything else? Hey, Jim. I don't know yet. I always show up here and I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Just a general idea of something kind of spooky and unsettling. But what I want to do is load up some sort of texture. So this is the Nostromo synth, and it's a pretty extreme, I don't even know how much you can really see of it. I don't have my screen capture or anything. You can kind of vaguely make it out, but it's just chock full of controls. I mean, a lot. Very, very complex. Definitely capable of some I'm tempted to kind of take something like this and slow it way down and use it as sort of like a background, like a loop thing, which might be kind of neat. So let us hook up cable into Stardust. But I'm going to look around a little bit longer. Ooh. That's really cool. Nope. Kind of like this one. No, not that one. Was it that? Because it's going to do some interesting stuff if we slow it down an octave. All those little things are going to kind of be much, much slower. That being the case, actually, let's play it up. Play it up 2 octaves. And volume up a bit, too. Okay, let's see how that sounds. Unhook. No, you're unhooked. Accidentally, also. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. You are already patched because I was smart, I guess. I'm like, are you distorted? That's my first big question. And the answer is yes. Yes, it is. So I need to turn down the input gain on this and do that again. Unfortunately. Yeah, I did some adjusting a couple of weeks ago, and all my levels were nice, and now they're not. Okay, let's turn down the volume just a little bit here. Okay, let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, like a million times better. Okay, so then we go. There's 2 octaves. Can we go another one? Ah. Filters, of course. I think that'll be a good sort of just background thing. I think so. Pretty sure. The other thing I wanted to look at was the Aura 7. Okay, and this is like a weird, it's like a synth combined with like environmental sounds. It's very strange. I love it though. It's really neat. See, that's really cool. Okay. I hope it doesn't crackle. Sometimes when you pull the cable on that thing while it's recording, it will leave a little tiny pop, and then, like, no good. Okay. Yep. Did you hear it? Tiny pop. See if it's tolerable. I think once you filter it, it's actually okay, because now it just sounds like a weird, like an artifact from an old recording or something. It would be a very good idea to use our happy buddy here, Mr. Apathy Sloths, instead of my typical using the or sorry, that's an inertia. I usually use apathy. What I do want to do though is take apathy and put that into the red trace, I think. So that's going to be faster, but not that fast. No, what are you doing? You are hooked up to filter frequency, I see. Okay, that's actually good. What I do want to do though is hook the same thing up to the Stardust filter frequency. So let's do that. So this way they will both kinda this one needs to be opposite, because this knob is an opposite thing. As you turn it up, it filters more, unlike a normal filter where if you turn it up, there's more high stuff. This low pass is like turn it up to decrease high frequencies. It's like opposite day thing. I don't know. It's weird. All right, let's come back to those guys. Let's see here. Let's actually get a clock started, though. I'm going to put it real slow, though, like 55. And then I want to use number 2 here, which is going to the mito, and I'm going to slow that way down. In fact, let's put it at like a 1.5 speed clock. So that at its lowest setting, the dividers are just going to be like ding. Wow, that's not very frequent. In fact, at an even lower setting, we could do a one speed clock, and then yeah. What if we slowed down water by like a lot? And then we also slow down the resultant gamut repetitor a lot also, because then, I mean, honestly, you could just hook this up to a voice and have it do its thing automatically. Seems like a thing to try. Then put it on like infinite so that it's always generating new stuff. Don't know if it's going to be a decent, like, you know, sound. I don't know. But let's put it through a chonky analog boy. Nope, gonna need a long cable. It's going all the way over there. All right. So we'll put this guy here. Dink. No. Delay. Set the delay pretty long. No play yet? You should have played. You just triggered there. Oh, filter's low. Yeah. It's just too fast, you know? So I'm gonna give it a really slow clock. This is actually like a divide by 4. So it's really divide by 20, all told. Because this clock divider is at 1/5 speed. It's surprising to me how often this triggers. I guess the key would be to just go even slower then. Tiny bit of FM index. Alright, I'm actually going to use the vector. I want to use the demon core for something. Yeah, dude. Like, the clock stopped, but that's not really true, because the fractio solums will just keep going. Boo! On you keep going. Kind of wish they didn't. Alright. Now, I think I kind of want to just do like an octave. Almost like a string part, in a way. Let's make it like 12 long, but random and pretty slow. Whole note. Okay. Let's see. Let's do a thing here. Let's put this through chorus first. And then through a filter. Which means we get to use ginormous cables for everything. This guy, go here? Sure, why not? Also through sea legs. But we need slow attack, slow decay, a real slow envelope here. Even slower attack, thanks. Francisco! Alright, so there's a few things we can do to this. Number one, chance operations. We can do a probability of about 2/3 of the time that it won't even play these notes. Let's just do that. Straight across the board. Let's also do a subsequence. A random subsequence that's just going to do octaves on, let's say, 3 of the steps. +1 and -1 for 1 step. Like, so now it's going to barely play. It's like fake generative. It's like degenerative. You start with a fully programmed part and then you degenerate it. And of course, we'll jam some modulation into the filter, and we'll see how it does. We do need some weird noises. It's kind of why I hooked up the Mito the way I did, because I want to have some triggers that like don't happen that often. You know? And we can just slow down that clock divider on the Turing machine too. Yeah, faux gen. Faux. or purple. Pink, purple, mauve, whatever. Okay. Let's see. Weird noises. Let's think about weird noises here. One thing I like is using like burst generators, so you get that kind of, you know, bow, wow, wow, wow. That makes me happy. It'd be cool to send that to not only a VCA here, but maybe also to a pitch envelope of an oscillator. That would be neat. What if we do just only that? I just go like here, volt per octave. There. And then like a triangle wave. Triangle wave, triangle wave. And then into his very own reverb. And then. We also have to hook up a trigger. That would be useful. Well, that's a little bit much now, isn't it? That's better. Speed this up a little bit, otherwise we'll be here forever waiting for this. Okay, let's do one more thing with this, which is to stick a slowish LFO into an attenuator. Stick that in the volt per octaves. Okay, yeah, but we need it to be like hardly ever, basically. through an attenuator for like the wind all by itself, like just that. Okay, I dig it. I dig it. Let's make a really deep bass. Not so much a drone, but maybe at least have a couple of different notes in it. You guys can all shut up. All y'all. We also need to stock the R-bar with fish. I mean, sounds. I might bust out some percussion instruments for that. That might be kind of cool. Especially if they're just random, occasional blips. Bass. We'll use the neutron. Neutron's a good filter for bass. It's a good filter for the chainsaw too. This is chainsaw, but it is going through a precision adder, and it's giving it an extra sub-octave, because you know chainsaw has multiple volt per octaves. Or if you didn't know, well, now you know. Congratulations. It does not sound in tune to me. Here's the cool thing. We can just put this on tuner and check it. Yeah, it's real flat. What? Part one. How are we going to do this? What I want to do is basically have kind of like, let's see here. Let's just make it 8. I don't know if I want to do random. I don't think I do. I don't think random is a good idea. Go forward and make it like 12 steps, and then just on occasion, like here it goes down to an A flat, and then on like 11 and 12 it goes like up to an F and a G, and then like that's it. But it's so damn slow that it sounds completely unclocked. For example, like you won't even notice that it's a standard clocked thing, because there's no way that your mind is going to be like, we are at 60 BPM. I detect that is every 17 measures. No, you fail. want an envelope. But I want just a rise and fall, just a gentle, like, long. 5 seconds-ish. Let's see. Well, 6.5. Close enough. So if we hit go, and that did nothing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Needs to be even slower. R-bar. Let's do some R-bar stuff. What should we do on the R-bar? We have many options. Can throw some Rhodes on there. See behind me? There's the Rhodes. Hi, Mr. Rhodes. No, I don't know. Probably not. Maybe not so much. I just want eerie noises. Hang on. Let me see if I can find something kind of cool. Throw a little flute on there. That'd be fun. I've got an idea. I've got a really good idea. It's going to be interesting. Here's my idea. I've got a bunch of crap. And I have my trumpet. Hey, Iris. All right. This guy. There's nowhere to put this thing. It's obnoxious. It's friggin' obnoxious. I'm like, all I see is pillow turquoise hot chocolate. Like, what emotion is this? I do not understand. So we have 6 layers that we can play with here. And I think in terms of, like, we've got pitch shifting, we've got the internal reverb. It's already patched through a filter. Let me make sure I open that up so that we can actually hear it. Oh, God. The strings from my shaker have caught on my knob. So if we go, like, all wet... Oh! Yeah, that's a bad idea. All wet, because it's feeding back. My feedback is a G. My feedback is a G. Hooray! Okay. We use the built-in condenser mic. Just little tippy taps. Not, like, very few. There. All done. This needs to be vastly slowed down. As a matter of fact, well, no, we can just put it in. I kind of want to not put it in. I kind of want to put it in a sloths. So we can put it in a sloths, but then also we're going to put it on the omega layer eventually. All right, so layer number 2. I got this. Which is a Genkogi African double bell. Hey, Mario. Put a couple of these in there. Shorten the length. You're going to turn off spray. But once we start messing with the pitch control, that's when shit's going to get unworldly and weird. I think I want to redo that. I think I want to make more like just weird whining noises. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, had to be done. We got a little multi-harmonics in that one, just from being terrible. That's kind of what I was doing. Just tongue stops, just basically. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now let's get weird. All right, number 1.
If you supply the R-bar with a negative voltage, it uses the wet only of its internal reverb, which thus sounds like this.
We take everything, we sort of blow it out into this poofed out 80s hair version of what we had. Which is, kind of awesome. Now, we can also give it strike. So if you turn off the grain generation completely and then you just occasionally hit strike, it generates a grain whenever you give it a gate into that thing. Otherwise, it's always generating them. And I don't think I want that. I don't think I want it to always do that. So there's a few options. I think the one that stands out to me right away is I've got the stochastic function generator here, and every channel has a gate out. Which means that when it starts its cycle, there's also end of cycle and things like that. Like when it does its little cycle thing, as long as we put it on like medium, not too terribly slow, it'll spit out a gate every once in a while, which would be kind of cool, I gotta say. Like that. Very atmosphere. Now we're going to take the whole thing and we're just going to go. Pitch it way down. Okay, let's turn it on for now so we can actually hear this weirdness. That makes me happy. That sounds really wild. It sounds like a beast from another time period. Okay, I don't know about that negative voltage thing, but positive voltage means you just enable the internal reverb. And then obviously we can filter the whole bloody thing. Playhead is going real slow, but that's because sloths. So there's 6 buffers it's sweeping through in like a big line. If you don't know what a sloths is the model is called a Lorentz attractor. So it's simulating a particle in a gravity field. Okay. So, like, think about it like if you got our center point here, and it spins around it. So sometimes it goes positive, sometimes it goes like joink, and it switches directions, and it goes below it, and then, so it hangs up here in positive voltage, and then sometimes it hangs in, like, negative voltage for a while. So, like, where exactly it's tracking through these 6 buffers gonna be slow because it's just popping a grain every once in a while. In fact, speaking of which, we should do that. We should actually put just a little bit of random generation. But man, this is really slow. Let's put it on fast and see if that does the trick. See, now it's like blip. You can see it triggering. But it's very regular, and I don't want regular. Maybe that with the negative reverb. So just seldom, you know? Put my mins and maxes up on these channels just to give it a little bit more time. This is, by the way, that's what I was talking about. This is the stochastic function generator, is the ADAC 506. I never remember these things. And I can't read that. I think it's a 506, yeah. It's a 4-channel maths, but your rise and fall times are variable. You set a range, like maximum and minimum of rise time and fall time. And then each channel has a low, medium, and high speed. You can loop it, you can use it as an envelope, you can use it as a slew limiter, you can use each channel, like, and then there's all of these other hookups. And I swear, like, for generative music, that thing is the most amazing thing. But I rarely use any more than 20% of it. So this is cool. We definitely need to filter shape, though. You know what I mean? Because we need to. We'll use the slow sloths into old per octave. Yeah. So sometimes it's just gonna go poof. So that's just unsettling. Guess we don't need this at all, huh? Because I just used the condenser mic. Way too much reverb. It's just decaying forever. Speaking of reverb, I want to check my reverb. And I think the best way to do that is to put it on a momentary sound like this. See, I hate how that's like, and then it comes on. Give me instant. And that's all, which I hate. I'm very picky about my reverbs. What can I say? Too much early reflection. Too much high end. Now, how's the time? That's pretty good. That's pretty huge. That's the time maxed out. Could be longer. Sounds like a spring. Yeah, that's a spring. And that's just bad. I like that so far. Man, it's so much bloom though. let's just try that for now. Let's see. That's sort of our regular bus reverb that's going right now. You just mute these guys. We don't need that at all. Let's throw it all together and see what we got so far. I'm definitely going to add at least one more voice at this point. So, no reason not to, honestly. Jeez, just the bass and the R bar would, like, be enough. You guys want trippy video graphics right now? I mean, we might as well. Right? Sensitive viewer warning. Run away. Run away from your screen with great haste and fierce abandon. Do it. Or else be caught in the hallucination of which we are all living. I've harnessed my machine coming in with like let's make this gate. Turn this into a trigger instead. There we go. All right, I'm gonna run this to another burst generator in the quadrax. And that's going to go into rings. Will it reach? Bet it won't. It won't matter at this point. So we'll go into the strum input. And as far as the volt per octave, I'm not sure we really need one. I might just tune it to like an E flat and just walk away. We will throw it through a filter. Let's throw it through this guy here. For no real reason, actually. Let's just go through here. All right, now I'm going to have to start this now. And hey, it's not tinging. Oh, maybe it's tinging. Yeah, it's tinging. It might be a little bit unsettling, RG. So I think then at the same time, here's what we do. He's this guy. If you're not familiar with these things, hang on a second. What is these? Hang on. All right. Stackables, right? Stackables, you can put another cable into it. So you can split off, for example, the trigger that's giving me that burst generator, that ding, ding, ding. We're also going to do a really long attack decay envelope going into the pitch. But I do want to attenuate it first. Oh, look, there's an attenuator right above the rings because I'm smart and I put things where they should be. And that's, yes, It's called luck. We just need a little bit, though. Theoretically, it should kind of go pew, 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 pew. Right, this is the camera that's being processed through the video synth. I just ate it. pause for a second and add. Let's add some subharmonic on.
Hooray!
Haven't used this in a long time. Now, if only I could find the power cable. I think it's on the floor, actually. God damn it. It used to be tucked under this skiff. No. Damn. 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 Let's see. Can I get it without crushing my nuts? Answer is no. No, you can't. Oh no, what have I done? Oh no. Alright. Okay, alright. Now, you go here. You go here. Is it a little dusty? Yeah, it's a little dusty. It's alright. It's aight. Can you even see anything if I give you the overhead view? No. No, you can't. So yeah, subharmonic on. We need to hook up an output, of course. So let's do that. We'll give him his own delay. How about that? Because, you know, what I want to do is just basically make some chords, C minor and A flat chords, and have it probably step triggered by like the mito going really slowly. Maybe. Well, let's see what it is so far. Oh, it's horrible. Crunchy boy. Okay, we're slow down, attack at decay times big time. Let's see. So we can trigger a few things. We can trigger like play we could just do trigger. So this could become pretty easy, actually. I can use 2 outputs of the Mito. One of them on the faster side, and one of them on the slower side. And the slower one we can use to hit the trigger button. And then the faster one we can use to... If you can't advance it a step. Wish you could. But you could use it for rhythm 1. That kind of needs like a rising voltage of some sort. What could we do? I guess we could do the play control. See if that does a thing. Yeah, it should just trip it forward 1 step. Yeah. So it's just gonna be kind of like there, here and there. Once in a while, it'll play. It'll pop out. Well, let's take that big ol' slow sloths and go into the cutoff control here and turn this way down in terms of like overall filter level. Yeah. Okay. You don't need that much feedback on the delay. Alright, build it back up again here. But I think we're out. Yeah. Yeah. Probably a stream this week. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Everything looks weird and green now that I've been under purple light for the last 2 hours. No, hour and a half. Anyways, I'm out of here, and thanks for joining me. And, yeah, hopefully I'll see you soon. That's about all I got.